Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for our Sastra study marathon. So today is 28th March 2025, Friday. So we gathered here. We successfully completed Bhakti Aloka. We went into a very deep studies. First, we started off with Nectar of Instruction. Then we got into Bhakti Aloka. Roughly it took 31 days. So almost 70 hours of detailed studies on that book. And I believe that all the devotees were in a great ecstatic feeling. There's a lot of transformation happen. Especially I heard devotees start chanting, like Sadhguru Mataji says that she's doing not 16, but more than 16, 20 rounds. Then there's another devotee who have also started chanting 16. And some devotees are already gone into 32 rounds, even 64 rounds. And some devotees are even aspiring to go for more rounds. Okay, they target 100 rounds a day. So it is all very exciting to hear all this kind of fantastic news. Okay, so now we have understood from Bhakti Aloka that to attain Krishna, it is there's no way, because Krishna doesn't want you can't and no, what I mean is Krishna says that you can claim yourself as the devotee of Krishna, but Krishna will never recognize that. The only thing he recognizes is when you become the devotee of his devotee, the acharyas. At the same time, the best way to approach Krishna is through bhakti. Okay, there's 64 limbs of bhakti, and out of 64 limbs, 30 limbs are the principal, 30 limbs, and out of that, the 9 limbs are the important. And among the 9 limbs of bhakti, the topmost is chanting the holy name of Krishna. Because in Kali Yuga, Krishna have already invested all his energy in the chanting of the holy name. Okay, so today, from today onwards, we are starting this new session. We called it as Harinama Chintamani. Harinama, name of Hari, which is the touchstone. Chintamani is a touchstone. Okay, so Harinama Chintamani, we're going to go through, and Nama Bhajan. Okay, not only this thing, and also added with Nama Bhajan. That means the congregation chanting, preaching, and singing. Okay, all these things we're going to discuss today. So before we do so, let's do our invocation prayer. Seek the blessings of all the acharyas, all the previous preceptors, and to get their blessings, so that today's studies will be very nectarian, and it will be very convincing, that convince our mind, convince our heart to take up this bhakti seriously. Because after so many prolonged journey, now we got an opportunity to achieve great success, and that also very quickly we can achieve by chanting the holy name. And now let's see the do's and don'ts of the holy name. Okay, let's do our invocation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sakaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vadamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachare Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauramani Sri Murtai Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidantavanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshar Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupai Rupanuga Vrayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannathaite Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhescha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavi Bhayo Namo Namah Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prima Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusudevi Pranamami Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Shri Krishna Pustaka Shri Jagata Swamitra Devamacharya Padani Tattva Pradaya Dora Tattva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Hare Krishna. A quick introduction. So this Harinam Chintamani is a book. All right. First, initially it's a conversation between Haridas Thakur and also it's a along with what they call Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haridas Thakur is born in Mohammedan family. In those ancient time, especially when there's a lot of threat coming from the invaders. Okay, anyone that converts out of the Sanatan Dharma, they are considered outcast. Okay, first of all, they don't even want to associate with them. So that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when you read, it says that what they call the Muslims are also called as Malicha, all right, Malichas, or the meat eaters. Okay, so these are the people who are totally distinct. You know, have you heard about the term Tani Thirichu Urudhu? Sprinkle water. You know, sometimes when you're not happy with someone, you know, I want to Tani Thirichu Urudhu. Have you all heard about that statement? Have you heard about it? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes.
You have heard about it. Okay, well, what does that does that mean? Tani Thirichu Urudhu.
You and I got nothing to do with you. Yeah, you on your own. You're not my family at all.
All right. So renouncing him, right?
Yeah.
You know where the term came from? In those days, you know, the way the Muslims convert others, right? The way the Muslims convert others like this. So that means they come, they catch someone, or they say they want to convert, they just take the water and sprinkle on you. Tani thirichu varadu. So once they sprinkle the water on you, you are considered converted. Nowadays, you have to point one finger up and you have to say one mantra, right? La ilaha illa, something like that. Then you become a Muslim. But those days, when they sprinkle the water, you become a Muslim. Once you become a Muslim, you're out of all the tradition. All right. So that's a term called Tani Thirichu Urudhu. Okay, they sprinkle the water on someone and convert them. So even that those people who have done that also will be like out, they be thrown out from our Vedic culture, because in Vedic culture they don't have a practice of meat eating and intoxication. The Christians came and introduced alcohol beverages, and the Muslims came and introduced killing a cow. The cow that has been worshipping, they came and say, kill it and eat it. Very nice, right? Beef eater. So like that. So then because of this kind of thing, so and Haridas Thakur actually born in a Muslim family, and even though that he was born in a Muslim family, so that is an example. A person when he chants Hare Krishna so nicely, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, what they call appointed him, okay, made him as a Nama Acharya, or the authority in the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Okay, so that's the story. And of course, he's also not an ordinary person. He's also a Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma came in that form, in the form of Haridas Thakur. So, okay. So with that thought, okay, now we're going to let's go into that subject matter. Okay, I believe that you all got a book with you. Okay, if you don't have a book, maybe you can even take notes. Where is it? All right, you can take notes. Is it too small? Is it better like this?
Okay.
Better like this, huh? All right. So now, Om Namo. Okay. Om Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupai. All right. So now we're going to start our new session. We call it as Harinama, Chintamani, and Nama Bhajana by Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay, let's offer obeisances and our gratitude to his lotus feet, because he is the original propounder that he's translated all the books into English around 100 over years ago, 130, 140 years ago. Because he foresee that soon the chanting of the holy name is going to spread to all over the world, all over the world. So, and Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur is none other than Manjari, Kamala Manjari. And at the same time, Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur is also the father of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That means the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada, all right? And his father, he is a magistrate by profession. In those days, under the British Empire, if you're going to be a magistrate, it's not an ordinary thing, okay? It's very extraordinary, okay? So let's offer obeisance to him. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupa Nugavarayate. In your mind, just take some nice, beautiful flowers and offer to his lotus feet. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupa Nugavarayate. Namo Satchidananda Gaura Shakti Rupa Nugavarayate. At the same time, offer a very nice, beautiful garland on him, just in your meditation. Just take a nice, beautiful garland, maybe the garland of lotus, garland of rose, and put it, adore his neck. And in our mind, let's fall flat and offer obeisances at his lotus feet and seek his blessings, that we become a pure devotee of Krishna. And we become a pure devotee to our spiritual master. With that, let's start our session today. Introduction. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukto Pinnatma Nama Namino. So in this thing, the introduction here, this verse is mentioned. The holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. Okay, it is transcendently blissful. So what it's a? It bestows all spiritual benediction, not material benediction. In English, what we call varam. All kind of varam. Okay, bestow all spiritual benediction. Because it is Krishna himself. First of all, we must remember this statement here. Right? We must remember what happened.
Bye.
Okay. Right. So we must remember the statement we must remember, and please underline if you have got a book or what, or write it down. This is Krishna himself. All right. So we don't have a senses to see Krishna, but we are given an opportunity to taste and feel Krishna just by simply using our tongue. All right. It bestows all spiritual benediction, for it is Krishna himself. Okay. So can we all start believing in this? The chanting of the holy name, it is nothing. It is not simply a combination of words we simply vibrate in our tongue. The chanting of the holy name, it is none other than Krishna himself. So when you are attentive in your chanting, you are paying attention to Krishna. That means you are talking to him in an intimate way. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You are looking at him, right? But if you're chanting while looking here, looking there, you also make no, like they say, Krishna also make no. So, okay, anyway, I'm going out of the topic because that topic is one of the topics we're going to study later. So, it bestows all spiritual benediction. And that is Krishna himself. The chanting of the holy name is none other than Krishna himself. And who is Krishna? The reservoir of all pleasure. All the pleasure that you can think of in this material world. He is the one who owns it. He has a huge reservoir of all pleasure. Okay. And Krishna's name. Then after that, what is mentioned here? Krishna's name is complete. It's complete. You know, like for instance, my name and myself are two different entities. Okay, but Krishna's name is complete. Krishna's name has all the transcendental power, omnipotent, omniscient. Okay, and everything, all that energy, chit energy, you know, that external energy, internal energy. Okay, and Hladini energy, the every energy, Sandhini. Okay, all that energy that you can think of, everything is inside there. It is complete because Krishna and Krishna's name, there's no difference. And after that, it's also mentioned in this verse that's even more exciting. This is the form of all transcendental mellows. All the mellows, right? Bhakti rasa amrita, the rasa. The rasa cannot be explained, cannot be translated into English. There's no word. Therefore, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada translate that feeling into mellow. Right? A transcendental mellow which is million times more superior than bliss. You know, it's more superior than bliss. No, being blissful, bliss and mellow is two different things, right? Happiness, satisfaction, bliss, and what is above that? Mellow. The feeling that each and every fiber in your body will be trembling. Each and every fiber in your being will be acting independently and dance in ecstasy. It looks like your whole system goes out of control. Every fiber, you start to feel all the hair in your body start to stand to the end. You start to feel your eyes will just pour out water. You know, the tears will flow out like a falls. You can't even control it. You can feel your skin will be trembling and there'll be a wave on your skin that you can't control it. It is a kind of ecstatic feeling that cannot be understood. And people sometimes when they go to that mellow, they even faint. You know, and they faint and their breathing will be very shallow. You know, even the heart couldn't take that kind of excitement, that blissful feeling. It feels like as though your body start to melt. All right, and this is all the things of the symptoms of mellow, which has been also shown in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, how many of you have read Chaitanya Charitamrita? Can you put a thumbs up over? I would like to know. Anyone? No one, huh? Nanda, did you
I read the translations.
what?
I read the translation only.
Translation?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means you read lah.
I mean, I didn't the whole text, just the not the Sanskrit, but the one in English, the translations. I just read that.
Doesn't matter. Okay, have you the past time where Lord Chaitanya will start to melt?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he will fall, you get particles, limbs, all that was.
Out. Anyway, so that is one of the things that Lord Chaitanya have showed. You know, when everybody, he will be melting. He basically will start to melt and they need to pull you, and he will start to drown in the water. You know, and the devotees have to pull him out from the water. That's ecstatic. So that means what it is reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is the form of all transcendental mellows. All the transcendental mellows, the ecstatic, the highest success a person can achieve in bhakti, all that energy and all the strength is all invested in this name of Krishna. It is not a material name. This is not a material name in any condition. It is not simply created out of something like nowadays you see, right? People, because of this numerology, you know, the numerology concept is one of the most craziest concept of men have created. You know, one soldier, a former British army, and he start to using the name, you know, how many people are going to the war and how many people come back alive. You know, I don't Sedu Ramana, Sedu, something like that. You know, he created such a bogus kind of thoughts, you know, because of that, people becoming so confused, you know, and they start to change name. There's a name, you know, like especially my children going to school, they'll be coming and telling Krishika, some all kind of funny names, right? That's all created out of this speculation, right? So Krishna's name is not a material name or in any kind of condition. It is not adjusted by numerology and all this kind of nonsense. It is the pure name. And it has no less powerful than Krishna himself. This name is not less powerful. Oh, that means Krishna is powerful. Krishna's name is 90% of Krishna. No. When Krishna is 100%, the name of Krishna also 100%. There's no difference. So since Krishna's name is not contaminated by material qualities, okay, since Krishna's name is not contaminated by material qualities, so that means there is no question of it being involved with Maya. Maya means illusion. So since we are all somehow or other merged and somehow struggling in the spell of Maya, at least when you chant Hare Krishna, you are at least got a moment that you can push Maya away and simply associate with Krishna. Because name of Krishna, there's no question of being involved. It's nothing to be involved with Maya. So Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. Okay? Krishna's name is always liberated and it is spiritual. And it is never conditioned by law of material nature. Right? It is not never conditioned. There's no conditioning. Like we are all conditioned soul, right? We are under this mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Even when we are under the mode of goodness, and what is that condition of mode of goodness? Being happy, being sinless, being studious, and all this. Though there's still a condition. You know, through that condition only we can say that I am in the mode of goodness. Yes, because condition is a preparation. Okay. Like for instance, now I'm looking at I'm starting a car in the morning, all right, and it's very cold. The engine is cold. I cannot immediately drive, so I need to start. So after I start, at first the engine is cold. I cannot drive because the engine is cold. So that is a conditioning. The engine is cold. Then after I start the engine and let it run, I see the temperature start going up. So the engine is getting heated up. So it's a condition. The engine is getting conditioned. Is getting heated up. And when the thing heated up, now I can drive the car safely. Similarly, all these kind of conditioning, all right? Oh, I have this, I'm peaceful, I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm this, I'm that, I love to read, you know, I don't like to involve in scene. It's okay, that means, oh, you are in the mode of goodness. Oh, I got a lot of passion in life, I want to make it big in life, you know, I want to do this, do that, and everything. You are in the mode of passion. I love to sleep, I love to eat, I love to, you know, I'm a foodie. I just prefer to travel, wake up 10 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that means I am in the mode of ignorance. So all that are conditioning. So now here it says, but we understand that Krishna is above all these conditioning. Yes. Similarly, the name of Krishna also is above the conditioning. It's never conditioned by laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. Is identical. And where we get this thing? Padma Purana. Padma Purana is Lord Shiva, conversation between Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. All right. So now this is how the introduction. So it's this thing has been this book is created, composed. I mean, this thing by World Sankirtana Party Inc. And the Vaishnava community is highly indebted to His Holiness Bhanuswami for this beautiful translation of Harinam Chintamani. Bhanuswami is a very scientific person. He's a Japanese Canadian, right? When he met Prabhupada in Japan, he just followed Prabhupada with him, right? Such an exalted devotee. And currently he's in charge of this ISKCON Chennai. But by birth, he's a Japanese, and the place that he born was in Canada. Therefore, he was known as Japanese Canadian. All right. So with that, let's start our program today. So, chapter 1. Is it okay? Is this too small for all of you? Is this size okay?
Okay,
Yeah. Hey, Prabhu.
Is it small or you want me to make it big?
Slightly bigger, better, I think. Prabhu.
Okay. All right. Just okay. Give me a second. Okay. Now, is it okay? Or do you prefer like this? Which one? This is 150 and this is 125. Which one do you prefer? 125?
This is
One-
okay.
You mean this is okay?
Yeah, okay also.
Oh, okay. That means this is better, right? 150, yeah? Okay. That might we use 150. All right. Is this okay? Come on, quickly.
Yeah, this is fine, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu, okay.
No, because some of you are using phone. That's why I'm wondering if the thing is too big, it will be like cover your entire screen. Okay. So now let's start chapter 1, glories of the holy name. All glories to Gadadhar and Gauranga, to the life of Janava, Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Sita and Advaita, to Srivas and all the devotees. Okay. On the shore of ocean of Neelachala, the ocean of Neelachala, there is a temple of Jagannath. Resides Daru Brahman, the supreme personality of Godhead in the wooden form. Okay. So what is that? So when you go to Jagannath Puri, all right, Jagannath Puri, and you see there's by the deity is made of wood. Okay, wood. That's why they call Daru. All right. Resides Daru Brahman. Okay, in the form of the wood. Okay, this is Lord Jagannath. And before that, all glories to Gadadhar and Gauranga. This Gadadhar is actually, when you look at all the Panchatattva, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivashari, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Alright? So we understand the middle Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually the expansion of Radha Krishna himself. Okay? So Radha Krishna, so he came in the form of Krishna in the complexion of Radha Rani. Alright? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Alright, Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu is actually Balaram. Okay, the Balaram, the first expansion of Krishna, he came in as a form of Balaram. Alright. Then Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda, Sri Advaita. Right, and Nityananda's wife's name is Janava. Right, to the life of Janava, Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Advaita Acharya, who is the husband to Sita. Alright, Sita and Advaita. Alright, who is Advaita Acharya? Advaita Acharya, the one with the beard, you can see that side. He is actually none other than expansion of the original Lord Shiva, that Sadasiva, that is also the form of Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu. Right? So Vishnu and Shiva combined, he came in the form of Advaita. Then on the Krishna's, okay, on the left-hand side, of Lord Nityananda, the first expansion is Gadadhar. Who is that Gadadhar? Gadadhar Pandit. Okay, Gadadhar is actually none other than Srimati Radharani herself. All right, Srimati Radharani. So that's why I say all glories to Gadadhar and Gauranga. Always we hear all glories to Nityananda, Gaur Nittai, right? But here it starts off all glories to Gadadhar and Gauranga. Gadadhar Pandit is actually Srimati Radharani, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna in the form of Radharani, in the complexion of Radharani. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram, and Advaita Acharya is Lord Shiva and Lord Narayana combined. Okay, and all devotees. Okay, that is, and also to Srivas. Srivas means what? Who is Srivas? Srivas means what they call Srivas Acharya. He is the personified of devotees. He is none other than what they call what is his name?
Narada Muni.
Narada Muni. Okay, Narada Muni and all other devotees. Okay, now let's go through again. This is something very important. Okay, let's look at this again. Number 1, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasha. Okay, these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes? Panchatattva. Then who is Gaura Bhakta Vrinda? So is it the Panchatattva is actually 5 or 6? You understand my question? We understand this as Panchatattva. Panchatattva means the 5 tattvas. Okay, 5 personified. But when you chant the mantra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivashari. And who's the next one? Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And what are they? So when you really look at Pancha Tattva, it's actually got 6 tattvas. Okay. So I hope everyone follow me. Anyone confused with this? If I get it, please put a thumbs up. All right, great. All right. So Pancha Tattva, along with what? All the devotees of the Lord. So when we chant the Pancha Tattva, we are chanting and paying our obeisances along with all the devotees. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivashadi, Gaura, Bhakta. That means Gaura means the devotees of Gauranga. Gaura, Bhakta, Vrinda. All right. So now we understand. So this is the, yes, Vaishnava Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, please unmute yourself and ask question.
Prabhu, they say Lord Chaitanya appeared with his Pangastra. What is Pangastra, Prabhu?
With this what?
Panga Astra.
Pangastra. Oh, I've
Yeah.
not heard.
What does it mean, Prabhu?
I'm not sure, Prabhu. I'm not sure. I've not heard about it.
No, everywhere they say Krishna came, everybody came with that weapon, but Lord Chaitanya Prabhu came with this 5 Pangastra.
Pangastra, Pang means associates.
Oh, okay, thank you.
They came with associates. But anyway, I will get the thing because I have not heard. But when you look at the translation in Tamil, Pangu means Pangu porrathu, Pangali. Associates.
Yeah, thank
right?
you.
Okay, I will check it out. Okay. I've not heard about it. I'm not sure. Okay. So like that. So now Gauranga Mahaprabhu came along with his beloved Radharani in the form of Gadadhar, and of course Nityananda Balaram, Advaita Prabhu, who is Lord Shiva and Lord Narayana combined. Srivas is actually Narada Muni, and along with all the devotees. All right. So that's what now from now onwards, before we chant the holy name of Krishna, we have to chant this Pancha Tattva mantra. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Chant 3 times before you chant your holy name. Then you start to chant Hare Krishna, finish your 108 rounds, chant only one. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Then start second round. Then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, finish. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Start the next round. First, when you start, do 3 times. Then after every ending, say once. Then start, ending, say once. Like that, that's how you chant your holy name. Any one of you don't know Pancha Tattva mantra? Do any one of you don't know Pancha Tattva mantra? If you don't know, I can share in the group. But I need to know whether you all know or not, because most of you, Rusan Mataji don't know. Okay, good. Right? She doesn't know. Then anyone else? Okay, what I will do, I will share it in the group. Then so that is what the mantra, because all of you are coming from starting off in chanting. So initially I tell you just chant Hare Krishna enough. Don't worry about anything else. So now we understand, before we chant Hare Krishna, we have to add this mantra, because this is the mantra that bless you with all auspiciousness. And another thing, if there's any offenses, this mantra will remove it. All right, but that offenses must be genuine, not intentional. All right, now we understand this first thing. Okay, so Gadadhar, so that's the thing. So all glories to Gadadhar and Gauranga, to the life of Janava Devi, Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sita Devi and Advaita Acharya, Srivas and all the devotees. Then on the shore of ocean of Nilachala, all right, the temple of Jagannath. This place is called as Jagannath Puri. Okay, resides Daru Brahman. Daru means wood. Wood, papan, wood. All right. So Daru Brahman. Okay, because Krishna come in all kind of forms. He can come in the form of metal, form of stone, form of this. But this is the only place you can find Krishna in the form of wood. All right, Daru Brahman, who is the supreme personality of Godhead in the wooden form. So having mercifully descended in this material world, he was so merciful, came down, because Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath is the Kali Yuga, is the deities in charge of Kali Yuga to liberate us, right? So even when you look at these spiritual holy places, what do you call, there's a photo about the spiritual material world, Vaikuntha Loka and Goloka Vrindavan. You know, there's a chart. Okay, maybe if I can get that, I can share in the group. All right, the chart, you say, even you look at Goloka Vrindavan, you go above that Vaikuntha Loka, Goloka Vrindavan got many layers. All right, the first outside layer is Jagannath Puri. And then you go in, you go to Dwaraka. Then you go in, you go to Mathura. Then you go deep in the middle, that's where Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna with all his beloved associates. All right. So that means this Daru Brahman is showing the highest form of success beyond Vaikuntha Lok. Right? So he was so merciful. So having mercy, descended in this material world. And for what? He is bestowing both material enjoyment and liberation. All right? He gives both kind of blessings, material and liberation. At the same dham, that means at the same place. Okay, just give me a second. All right. All right. At the same dham, at the same place, okay, dhamma means place, in order to give good fortune to mankind. All right. Please, if you have got a book, please underline this statement. In order to give good fortune to mankind. Good fortune. All right, to mankind, and also to make known the dharma of Kali Yuga. Okay, to teach the dharma of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, we have a dharma. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the form of a sannyasi. Sannyasi means monk, a guru. Okay, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the form of a sannyasi, came and set up residence in the house of Kasi Mishra. Okay, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down to Jagannath Puri and came and set up residence. He came and set up his residence in the place called Kasi Mishra. Now the question is, why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the form of a sannyasi? Before this, all the incarnation of Krishna came in a form, all right, like Matsya. Matsya means fish form. Okay, Kumara, tortoise. All right, then Maryada Purusha, Ramachandra, in the form of king, right? Then, like that, he used to take so many forms. And all the forms, in the forms, you know, when a devotee, of course, he came to give ecstasy to the devotee. But when the devotee sees such a form, they worship the form in the form of awe and reverence. Oh, Bhagavan, Bhaya Bhakti. Oh, Ramachandra. Oh, Narayana. Oh, this, that, they are, you know, because honor, because they're great personality, right? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as just like an ordinary human being, right? But he came in the form of sannyasi. Sannyasi means what? He came, he didn't bring along his Maryada Purusha. He didn't bring his opulence as a king like Lord Ramachandra. He didn't came as what they call Adi Purusha, the supreme enjoyer. The one is simply sleep and Mahalakshmi will press the leg. You know, he simply go, all the gopis and the gopals will come and serve him. He gave up all this kind of opulence, the five opulence, the beauty, opulence, and everything. He gave up everything. You know, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he wanted to give up from a grihastha life, he wanted to take sannyasi, there was a shaving head ceremony. His hair is so beautiful and so lustrous. He gave up everything, opulence, everything he gave up. At last, he gave up his beauty. When he started to shave, people basically faint. They got a shock. They cannot expect to, they are not in the position to see that the most handsome, good-looking person are giving up his beauty. Right? So he came in the sannyasi form. So came and do what? And he came and set residence in the house of Kasi Mishra. There, along with his devotees, he gave out love of Godhead to all. That means he came and he gave away the love of Godhead. How to love Krishna, how to love God. He gave it all. Just like a desire tree gives treasure freely. Desire tree is what? Kalpa Vriksha tree. All right, there's a tree called Kalpa Vriksha. And that tree, of course, in Kali Yuga, there's one or two killed, but of course, I don't think so. It has the full potential. But the Kalpa Vriksha tree is the tree during that Krishna's time and all this. The tree, you go there and give a hug to them. I mean, just go, whatever you ask from the tree, you'll be given. All right? There's a form of a tree that gives treasure freely. You want money, you want gold, everything. You just go there, you're given. And secondly, Surabhi cow. Okay, cow Surabhi, whatever treasure, whatever things you want, it gives. This is the cow form. But here, Krishna gave away, but in order to own a Surabhi, you must be very highly exalted. All right? There's a 8 Vasus try to rob that, try to steal that Surabhi cow from a sage. All right? He wanted to kill Ashtavastukal. Yes. He wanted to kill, he wanted to rob that, he wanted to steal that because only a great Rishi, great personality can keep such a cow, Surabhi cow. So these 8 Vasus, brothers, wanted to go there and rob the cow, want to steal that cow. So when they stole the cow made noise and the Rishi came to the senses. And he said, how dare you to take my, to steal my cows? And these 8 people are not ordinary people. They call 8 Vasus. They are all very exalted demigods. Exalted. So how dare you to do that? Right? Therefore, I curse all 8 of you to go and born in this material world. So imagine, when a person is cursed to born, it's a curse. That means the cursed one is the one who born in material world. So when we are all born in this material world, we are basically, or literally, we are all cursed. Don't think you are so excited. We are all cursed. That's why we're born in this material world. So the sage will curse that 8 people, go down to the material world and what they call, and you'll be condemned to be born in material world. And all that 8 Vasus will go and pray, my dear, Rishi, please forgive us. We did the greatest blunder out of what they call because of due to what they call greed. I'm so greedy, and I need to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Then he said, okay, never mind. I forgive you. All 7 of you will be born. When your body touch the earth, your consider your curse is done. You come back. You come back immediately. You need to be born and the body touch the earth, because the curse you're born in the earth. Touch the earth, you come back. But you, the guy who actually took my cow, you will live a long life in this planet Earth. And you can decide the time you die. But definitely you're not going to have a good time. All right? And he accepted, okay, at least my brothers are liberated. I, one person stuck, it's okay. Then all the 8 of them will be come down, and they come and ask the mercy of Mother Ganga. Ganga, Mother, can you just do us a favor? And he explained, and Mother Ganga says, okay. And after that, the Mother Ganga will be some or other, she will, King Santanu will some or other get attracted to Mother Ganga. And after that, Mother Ganga will remember these 8 people, and he will tell, well, he really wants to marry. He said, you can marry me with one condition. Whatever things I do, don't question me. Why? Why are you doing this? Do not question me. So now when the wife is demanding the husband not to question him, it is not something new now. It happened around since time immemorial, since long time ago. The wife told the husband, you don't question me. If you question me, I'll leave you. And Santanu, because of such a great lust and everything, he said, you're so attractive, beautiful woman. I agree. So when the first child born, right? And the king will be very happy. Oh, my child. And the mother says, okay. And she takes the child and throw into the Ganga. Kill the child. He said, what? They want? Oh, I cannot ask question. If not, she'll leave me. Like that, she did 7 times. After the 7th time, he can't tolerate it. When the 8th child born, he says, stop it. Are you a woman? You have killed all our 7 sons. And now the 8th also you want to throw. What kind of person are you? Then the Ganga says, well, you have asked me a question. I have to leave you now itself. I have to leave you now itself. All right? All right. But before that, let me tell you what happened. Then she narrate the story. Because of that, this thing happened. And the 8th boy will be your glorious son. And the 8th boy is actually Bhishma Dev. Right? Pitamaha or Ganga Maindan, the son of Ganga, Bhishma. In Mahabharata, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhishma, the grandfather Bhishma. That's the one. So why I'm telling you the story is because there's 2 things can give treasure freely. But if you want to have a Surabhi cow, the Surabhi cow is something, it is isolated and kept only by the rishis. It is not freely let it roam around, you cannot simply have that. But Kalpa Vriksha tree is available for everyone. So like that, that's why it's mentioning that is as good as Kalpa Vriksha tree. Because the Kalpa Vriksha tree is standing in one place and everyone, despite their high birth or low birth, doesn't matter what is their background, they can be the greatest thief and they can greatest very pious people. Whoever comes, Kalpa Vriksha tree will bestow its blessing. So now it says exactly like Kalpa Vriksha tree. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stays in the residence of Kasi Mishra, and he gave away all the love of Godhead very freely, just like Kalpa Vriksha tree. Just like how Kalpa Vriksha tree gives treasure free. Right? I hope you all understand this. Everyone follow me on this? Right? Since we are going on a detailed studies, we are going very detailed. Thumbs up if you understand. If you don't understand, okay, anyway, it's not a thing. But now you understand why Kalpa Vriksha. Why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is referred to Kalpa Vriksha. Why no one thumbs up? Are you there? Oh, Skanda Balan. Okay, great. Now, so just like a desire tree gives, so like that Lord Chaitanya came and gave. So there what happened? There, the Lord took great care to present the proper spiritual teaching. There, Lord Chaitanya took a great care to present the proper spiritual teaching to the living entities. This he did by making, how he did it? He did by making various devotees to explain different aspects of devotional service while he sat and listened in a great bliss. Okay, what he did, even though it's a lot, right? So he just made he made all various devotees. Okay, all the devotees have to say, now you speak about it. I want to hear. Like the story of Ramananda Rai. Remember yesterday we discussed Ramananda Rai detail. Ramananda Rai and Lord Chaitanya is discussing. Okay, he asked, what is Sanatan Dharma? What is that Varna Ashram Dharma? All right. And what Ramananda Rai says, no, Varna Ashram Dharma is the Dharma that is by birth. He said, no, not enough. Tell me more. Then he said, no. Then how the Varna Ashram Dharma starts? No, that's a conversation. Okay, like that. He, as a supreme personality, he will go to his confidential associates or his devotees and say, now you speak, I want to listen. Are you following me on this? If you follow me, please put a thumbs up. That means, in other words, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and asks them, tell me about Krishna. Because that's a mission that he came down. The mission that he came down to this material world for what? Why he came down? Because he came down to get that ecstatic feeling. Right? So he said, now you tell me. Right? Okay. Channel Lakshmi Mataji, you all understand. Great. Fantastic. Chaitanya Raya Prabhu. Okay. Gandhi Mataji. Great. Right? So that means you say, I say. So now he say, okay, how he did this? By making various devotees. Right? To making various devotees to explain different aspects of devotional service while he sat and listened. How he listened? With great bliss. You got it? He said, now you speak, I listen. Like that. Okay. So in this way, through Ramananda, okay, they'll mention here. Okay, like yesterday we discussed that. Through Ramananda Rai's mouth, okay, he's one of the confidential devotee, he taught the concept of rasa. So that means he asked them to speak. He asked question, let him speak. Through that, he teach the concept of rasa. What is rasa? Okay, what is bhava? What is prema? Okay, all the rasa we learned through Ramananda Roy. Okay, he taught the concept of rasa, number one. And number two, we also learned yesterday, through the mouth of Sarvabhauma, he taught the real principle of liberation. Okay, what is that liberation means? Why liberation? Okay, we distinct Sarvabhauma. And through the mouth of Rupa Goswami in Vrindavan, he taught the details of rasa through the mouth. Okay, he taught the details of rasa. What rasa? Bhakti rasa. So we will be studying Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. And where he got that idea from? And Lord Chaitanya says, now you speak. and he spoke Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Nectar of instruction. In order for you to get the Bhakti Rasa, you follow these 8, the Upadesha Amrita. This is the instruction you follow. First, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. Control all your unwanted senses. Number 2, then you engage yourself in all this kind of excitement, right? So that means the thing. And of course, that's what we have read, okay, for the last, what, 30, almost 30, that plus Nectar of Instruction, because Nectar of Bhakti Aloka is a commentary of Nectar of Instruction. Or in other words, I should say, we had total detailed studies of Nectar of Instruction, I think more than 100 hours. All right. So that is what we thought by, through the Rupa Goswami, he thought this. Now what happened? Through the mouth of Haridas, he taught the full glories of the holy name. Like one by one, he said, now Ramanandai, what is the concept of rasa? This. Varnashram, is it important? I think it's not important. No, it is important. Like, remember we have read. Then Sarvabhauma, tell me, what is the principle of liberation? Right? Is it liberated from this material condition of life? Is it worth it? So like that. And Rupa Goswami, please tell me what is the concept of Bhakti Ras? Right? How to go step by step rasa? Tell me. He listened. But now he came to Haridas. He came to Haridas and says, now tell me the glories of the holy name. So that's what we're going to see today. One day, after bathing, all right, now the story is going to start. Now it's already 9:57. Shall we just take a 2 minutes break? Because after this is going to be very interesting. So we don't take a break, we just follow. Okay? We just take a 2 minutes short break. All right? Then we continue. Hare Krishna. Okay, now, one day, after bathing in the ocean, the Lord met with Haridas Thakur. Okay, he's the Haridas Thakur at Siddha Bakula tree, and in a blissful mind, he carefully inquired from Haridas how the jivas could easily become delivered from material existence. So let's look at this. So after Lord Chaitanya taken his bath and met Haridas Thakur at Siddha Bakula tree, and in a blissful mood, in his great ecstasy, he inquired, and he carefully inquired. And what the question he asked? The question he asked is, how could jiva easily become delivered? So the word that we should highlight here is easily become delivered. How could it be? Because other than these, because usually the process of getting liberated from this material world, it is very, very complicated. By performing severe austerity, people are going to the jungle and people are going to the Himalayas. All right, don't look at the negative part. Just they are all going for sense gratification. But just look, even to get a little siddhi or little kind of liberation, or even to merge into the light, which is not recommended at all. They have to perform a severe kind of austerity. They have to sit in one place and they have to scrutinizingly study all the books, and the best conducive place for them is to become a sannyasi. They have to follow so much of rigorous practice, just even to get into the light. But now, how to be delivered from material existence to go into the real constitutional spiritual existence? So the question he asked, how they could do it easily. That means we do not need to do this kind of severe austerity. We do not need to grow a hair beard. We have to cross our leg, breathe here, go into the forest, go into the Himalayas. Sometimes you see the sadhus are even naked in Himalayas. Even the snow is pouring and they'll be sitting there naked. All right? Or even with a loincloth. They'll be standing there and say, somehow or other they have the siddhi that keep the body warm, and they could sit there, they perform this kind of austerity. When during the hot sun, they put the fire around them, fire ring around them, they put a fire, blazing fire, it's already extremely hot. And they put a fire around them, they sit down. Just to achieve a little pinnacle, right? But here, Chaitanya, so how can that be easily be delivered? So that's the question. So then, after hearing that question, what did Haridas read? Haridas Thakur said, grasping the Lord's feet. Grasping, that means fell down and holding the feet of Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haridas' body shivered and tears poured from his eyes. With great humility he spoke. Who's speaking? Haridas speaking. Oh Lord, your Leela is very deep. Your pastime is very deep. I have absolutely nothing. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I have nothing. Your lotus feet is my only possession. For no good reason, you have asked this question to such an unfit person, right? To such unfit. That means telling, for no good reason, you asked a question to such an unfit person. I'm so unfit, right? As I, and to such an unfit person as I, what can the result be? Haridas Thakur says. Then, oh Lord, you are Krishna himself. You are Krishna himself, who has this time descended in Navadvip. That means you are Krishna himself, but this time descended in Navadvipa Dham. Navadvip is Mayapur Dham, to deliver the jivas of Kali Yuga. There you mercifully display your pastimes. If you kindly put those pastimes within my heart, I will be happy. Okay, so that means he say, you came down and showed all the things. But now, what is my qualification to talk about this? Right? If you kindly put those pastimes in my heart, you inspire me, you come into my tongue and speak on my behalf. That's why whenever before we do this, any classes or anything, we should always do invocation. We should pray to the spiritual master and everything. Invite the spiritual master. Invite the, what they call the parampara, Guru Varga, to come into our tongue. We always must remember that I am not the speaker. I am speaking on behalf. And what inspires, it is not I am speaking. It is inspired by the spiritual master. So like that, when you start to chant Hare Krishna, you just say, oh, my dear Krishna. Okay, this is all the thoughts that you should create before you chant. Oh, my dear Krishna, I am so worthless. My tongue is full of avidya. All right, my tongue is full of ignorance. I have got a chronic jaundice. What does chronic means? We can say severe jaundice. Okay, severity. But what does it chronic means? Chronic means something that can never be cured. No cure for that. You know, when a person gets a diabetic cure, chronic diabetic, until he dies, he will be a diabetic person. There's no cure for him. So my tongue is full of chronic avidya. In that tongue, how am I supposed to chant your name? My dear Lord, if at all you desire, kindly come and dance and kindly make my tongue heal from such avidya. So like that. So this is one of the ways that we can say. So if you kindly put those pastimes in my heart, I will be happy. It is by your great mercy that you have revealed your unlimited name, qualities, and forms and pastime. Okay. Therefore, in the material world, so that even a low rascal such as I can taste them. All right. So you have to say, if you're so merciful, you have put all these things, even like a low rascal like me can still taste them. You are a spiritual son. Haridas Thakur is mentioning, you are a spiritual son. I am the particle of the light. You are the spiritual son, but I'm just a particle. You are the Lord. I am your eternal servant. The nectar of your lotus feet is my wealth. Okay, the nectar of your lotus feet is my wealth. Of what? Wealth means not monetary. Wealth of happiness. My hope rests in the nectar of your name. Okay, I am such a low person. How do I know what to say, oh Lord, oh Master? How I am such a low person. How do I know what to say? Right? So why he say that? Because as I said before, he is born in the family of Musalman, or he's born in the family of Muslims, right? Or Malicha. Malichas are considered outcast, right? So they are the people. That means I am in. Okay, now again, I want to remind every one of you, what is outcast means? Those who drink alcohol, those who eat meat, they are the outcast, right? By character, not by birth. So that means he says, I'm such a low person. How do I know what to say? Oh Lord and Master, still I must obey your order. So then after that, he said something very gloriously. Please underline this word. What comes from my mouth, I will happily present to you, not considering as a fault. So that means, in other words, what we understand from here, whatever things that comes from my mouth, I will happily present to you, not considering as a fault, because he's begging Krishna to inspire him. So now whatever that I'm going to speak, actually you are speaking, not me. So I don't consider it as a fault. Krishna and his energies, the Supreme Person, is completely independent and free to act. Okay, of his desire is Sri Krishna, the Supreme Person, who completely independent and free to act according to his desire is Sri Krishna. He exists as the Supreme Truth, one without a second. That means one without a second means, that means one without a shadow. That means there's no timing for him. Okay, you don't have timing. He is original, right? But it's inconceivably always in the company of eternal energies. So even though he's one without a second, but he's always in the company. He always associates with his eternal energy, all his eternal energies, right? There's Ladini Shakti, the eternal potency and everything. These energies are never independent of Krishna. They are never independent. Rather, they are intimately related. Can you imagine? They are not independent, but they are very intimately related to him. How nicely used the word. That means they are not all you. That means Krishna, you are with all around with your energies. All right. You are one without second, and you are associated with all your energy. All right. Associated with all varieties of Krishna energies. But that energy is not independent, but they are intimate, intimately related to you. This is stated in Vedic mantras, right? Krishna is independent principle conscious entity. That means Krishna is independent principle conscious entity, and the energies are his attributes, right? The energies are his attributes. They can never be independent. The energies cannot be independent. Krishna may be called Vibhu, right? Or the omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent master. Okay, and the manifestation from his energies, all other existing phenomena may be called Vaibhava. All right. So what does it mean? So Krishna is called as Vibhu. Vibhu means omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. That means it's very powerful. Vibhu. That's nothing. That's you can't describe him. Right? Vibhu. But his energy and existent phenomena. That means the energy turned into a gopi that comes and serves him, and all these kind of things is called Vaibhava. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, Vaibhava means the opulent expression of his factual existence. That means the opulent expression of his factual existence. That means his energy in the form of say like gopis, they come and opulently they express their love, all right, of his factual existence. Yet, even in the midst of unlimited countless energies, that means even there's a mix of, it means surrounded unlimited countless energy scattered throughout endless time, Krishna remains separate and independent in his original form. Even all these things, but still Krishna remains as independent and separate from his original form. Okay, it is through this energy that is Vaibhava of the Vibhu. What is Vaibhava means? Can anyone tell me? What is Vaibhava? Can anyone? What does this statement mean? Vaibhava of the Vibhu. Yes, Vaishnava Prabhu?
The potencies.
Okay. Potency.
His power.
Okay. Or is count. Okay. That means what they call opulent.
Yeah.
And the Vibhu?
Vibhu is Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes. All right. Good. Vivan?
Manifestation of Krishna.
What is that? Manifestation of Krishna is what?
Vaibhava is manifestation, Vibhu is Krishna.
Yes. So that means Vaibhava means expression, right? So we understand opulent expression. That means the manifestation or the energy. Okay, the manifestation of the energy. All right, just like the sun and the sun rays, sunlight. All right, the sun is energy. The rays are energetic. So Vibhu, Vaibhava. Okay, the sun is Vibhu and the rays are Vaibhava. Okay, now, so it is through these energies, these Vaibhava, the expression of his actual energy of the Vibhu, that is Lord's presence can be perceived. That's when the Lord's presence can be perceived. All right, so what we can understand from here? So Vibhu and Vaibhava, is there any difference? All right, Vibhu is the original. All right, okay, that means can never be, okay, Vibhu means independent. Krishna is the original independent, and the Vaibhava, that is his expression, or that means his energies. Okay, so through these two things, that's the Lord presence can be, that's how the Lord's presence can be experienced. All right, so the manifestation of Krishna's energy. So now let's look at manifestation of Krishna's energy. What do you call this? Vibhu or Vaibhava?
Vaibhava, manifestation.
Yes, yes. So if you understand, please participate. So it will be more interesting. So the Vaibhava of Krishna energy or the manifestation are three types. There are three types of manifestation of his energy. Okay. Okay. Number one is we call as Chit Vaibhava. Chit Vaibhava. What is Chit Vaibhava means? Or spiritual manifestation coming from Krishna's spiritual potency. Please underline this statement. Since we are doing a detailed studies, most likely you may not go through this anymore. Or if you're going to go through, it's very good. Please write down, underline. Okay, if you can get a write down, please write it down. So that means this is called the three types of energy. The first is called Chit Vaibhava. Chit Vaibhava means spiritual manifestation coming from Krishna's spiritual potency. Are you all following me?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Prabhu.
Okay, great. All right. Okay. So Chit Vaibhava means, that means it is the spiritual manifestation. That means the spiritual distinct coming from Krishna's spiritual potency. Number two, we call it as Achit Vaibhava or the dull. Why? See, when the Chit A is spiritual, when you put the A in front, it's the opposite meaning. Achit Vaibhava or the dull, unconscious material world and Jiva, or countless soul, small particle of spirit. You got it? Achit Vaibhava means what? Chit Vaibhava, spiritual manifestation from spiritual potency. Achit Vaibhava means dull, unconscious material world. That means the external energy. This is dull, unconscious material world. And Jiva, and we, living entities. Jiva means living entities. Or the countless soul, or the small particle of spirit. All right, like that. Okay, this is a statement of the scripture. So now let's look at the topic of Chit Vaibhava or the spiritual manifestation. What does that mean? Okay, so what is the Chit Vaibhava? Chit Vaibhava or the spiritual manifestation. So the Chit Vaibhava consists of Krishna's abode. Please underline this statement. What is Chit Vaibhava? The manifestation from Krishna's spiritual energy. Spiritual energy comes from spiritual world. Krishna's abode like Goloka, Vaikuntha, all these are Chit Vaibhava. Number one. Number two, such as unlimited number of Vaikuntha planets. Right? Unlimited number of Vaikuntha planets. All right? And second is Krishna's unlimited name. Krishna has a lot of names like Govinda, Hare, and etc. Right? This is a second Chit Vaibhava. Number three, Krishna's unlimited form. Number three is Krishna's form, such as two-handed form holding the flute and or the Narsinga Dev and all the. Okay, Krishna's unlimited form. Okay. Now, number four, Krishna's extraordinary qualities. Krishna got a fantastic qualities, extraordinary. That means affectionately giving bliss to his devotee. That means by giving example, like giving happiness to his devotee. And number six, Krishna's pastime, such as Rasa Leela. Krishna, you see the photo behind me? It's a Rasa Leela. Krishna is dancing along with his gopis, all right? So Rasa Leela of Vraja and the Sankir, and at the same time also called the Sankirtana activity or Navadip, right? So Krishna did Rasa Leela, that means he danced at night under the full moon in the forest of Vraja, Vrindavan, right? So with his gopis. But at the same time, in Kali Yuga, he came and did Sankirtana activity. He came and sang and danced along with all his devotees. Okay, during the day brought light. So that's called Sankirtan Padi. So when we perform Sankirtan, when we do congregation chanting, actually that is the same thing that Krishna did in Goloka Vrindavan along with his gopis. So now itself we have to start train ourselves up. So one day when we go back home, back to Godhead, if you get a chance to dance with Krishna, you should be able to dance, right? So you don't when you go for Radha Yatra, when you go for street preaching, street dancing, street kirtan, the exact thing that happened in this is the same potency, the same Chit Vaibhava potency. So even though these spiritual manifestation may be descend into material world and be visible or perceivable by living entities, that means even though this thing, the spiritual kind of activity, all right, it's come down to material world, and then it's visible. That means you can see, or you can perceive, you can understand by any normal human being, right? But still they remain spiritually untouched by material influence. Even we can read and understand from the Vedas, all these things happen in India, Goloka Vrindavan, Gokul, right? In Vrindavan, Tala, Mahatala, all these forests happen. But even though we can understand, we still must remember that these are the things that spiritually untouched. Even we can understand, it doesn't mean that thing become material. All these elements intimately related to this thing. All these elements are intimately related, closely related to Vishnu or Krishna. So that means all these elements intimately related to Vishnu or Krishna are called Vishnu Pads throughout the Vedas. Okay, so this is called as Vishnu Pada. The word denotes that Chit Vaibhava. The word that denotes that Chit Vaibhava or the spiritual potency are inseparable from the Lord himself. This thing cannot be separate from the Lord himself. Okay, the spiritual phenomena are inseparable from the prime spiritual entity. So the spiritual phenomena cannot be separated from the prime spiritual entity. Or in other words, you cannot remove the ray of the sun from the sun. Possible or not? I see the sun, I say, you stay there, but your rays I take out. You can't. So it's inseparable. And what is that? Chit Vaibhava. All this Chit Vaibhava, the place and the pastimes and all these things are Chit Vaibhava, which is the manifestation from a manifested energy from Vibhu, that is Krishna himself, Vibhuti, the Krishna himself. Correct? These both are inseparable. You cannot separate these both. You got it? From the prime spiritual entity. So now, Haridas Thakur is saying, therefore, in the spiritual realm of Vishnu Pada, so that means the inseparable environment, the environment phenomena we call as Vishnu Pada, and in the spiritual realm of Vishnu Pada, the changes which occur due to influence of material energy are not present. Wow, Haribol. Do you understand? So in this place called Vishnu Pada, the spiritual realm, the changes that occur, like sometimes we are changing, our body is changing, due to influence of material energy does not present. So what we can understand from this, when we are practicing Krishna conscious, when we are performing bhakti, now we understand as what Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, for a devotee, there's no past, there's no future. Because there's no, what they call, the influence of time can influence a devotee or his bhakti. He has no regret about his past and is no aspiration about the future. Every second counts as the ecstatic moment of service to Krishna. Right? So that means changes which occur due to influence of materiality. Those are not present. Please underline this word. Are not present. Doesn't exist. Okay? So that realm, that means that place is transcendental to material change. That place is beyond the that means is above that material changes. And like Lord Vishnu himself is pure goodness, unmixed with passion and ignorance in the least. So that means that place is pure goodness, not just goodness, pure goodness. And the thing doesn't mix with passion or ignorance in the least. Unlike what? Unlike the condition of the material world. Okay, just like the material condition, everything's mixed. Okay. Now, Krishna and the plenary Vishnu expansion are all pure goodness. So Krishna and his expansion, plenary expansion, right? Balaram, all these things are all in pure goodness. So whether in Goloka, Vaikunda, or the causal ocean, what is causal? Karna Dakshai, Karana Kadal, causal ocean, or in the material world. See, whether it's Goloka Vrindavan, either or whether it's Vaikunta Loka, or whether it's in Karna Dakshai, Karana ocean, causal ocean, or the material world. Even they come to material world. These personalities remain unaffected. All right? They are unaffected as the Lord of the demigods and the Lord of Maya. They are unaffected. Okay, they just don't come to the world. That means that we understand Shiro Dakshai Vishnu, the localized expansion of Vishnu that also becomes Paramatma. In chapter 13, we have this understanding about Paramatma, chapter 13.30, right? And keep forgetting the verse, right? If you please write down a footnote in your book, refer to 13.23. Okay, Bhagavad Gita, refer 13.23. Please write it down in the footnote of your book. Okay, later you have time, you please go through. It says, yet in this body there's another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists in the overseer and permitter, who is known as Super Soul. So even that Super Soul came in the localized expansion, Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. I understand you all understand what I'm talking about. Shiro Dakshai Vishnu, because we have spoke about it many times during Gita Gyan. Shiro Dakshai Vishnu, that means for Garbo Dakshai Vishnu at the bottom, they come Shiro Dakshai Vishnu, localized, and the Shiro Dakshai Vishnu turn into three. One is that maintainer of this material universe. Number two, enters into your heart as Paramatma. Number three, enters into every atom. The three job. And where does he stay? He stays in Sveta Dvip, in a pole star. In this material world, there's a Vaikunta Loka. Even that Shiro Dakshai Vishnu stays in the material body, handle that material administration, and stays in the material place called Sveta Dvip, but still we understand that he remain unaffected. If you understand, put a thumbs up what I'm saying. Okay, Chaitra Daya Prabhu understand. How about next person? Skanda Balan, very good. Prabhu, the third person, Nanda Devi Mataji, okay. Rusan Mataji, do you understand? Do you get the idea?
Too many names.
Huh?
Too many names, sir.
No. Do you remember the creation of material world? One is called Karna Dakshai Vishnu. He enters into the water and the bubble will come out from the skin. Yes or not? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now there's a lot of bubbles. Then there's millions of bubbles. So what happened? That Vishnu expanded himself as Garbo Dakshai Vishnu entered into all bubble. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I have a pictures.
At the bottom. And from there up, Brahma will be born.
Yeah.
But the things that he created all not moving because there's nothing, no energy. So what did Garbo Dakshai Vishnu at the bottom of sleeps? He expanded another one, become Shiro Dakshai Vishnu.
Okay.
Everybody has a soul, Paramatma, or as a super soul. And in 13.23, just like we said, he is the permitter, he's the one who give you permission, he's the one also give you, he's a witness, he's the witnessing all the thing you're doing. And secondly, he's in charge of maintaining the material world. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Okay, there's three people. Brahma creates, Vishnu protect, Shiva destroys. So the three Murti, that's the Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu appeared as Shiro Dakshai Vishnu. Then he also entered into all the atoms, that's when all the atoms start to vibrate. They start to function. You know, when you look at the atom, there's a neutron, there's a thing, right? A neuron. What is the word? Yeah, I forgot. What is the thing in the proton, neuron, and what another one?
Who the expert here, please?
Like in every cell, there's a thing. Everything start functioning, right? So that's why. So what here is mentioned. I mean, Haridas Thakur is saying, even this Vishnu is in the material world. Okay, stays in material world. They remain unaffected. That means the person doesn't become a material god. Remain unaffected. Still, they remain as the spiritual potency. You got it, Mataji?
Okay.
Okay, what is the spiritual potency? What is the name of the spiritual potency?
Oh, don't question me. Ask other else.
Sorry?
Ask someone else here. Let people talk.
Everybody understand?
Really? Really?
What is a chit pot? I mean, are you only okay? What is that? The spiritual potency? This is the spiritual potency. You got it, Mataji? They call this Chit Vaibhava.
Oh, spiritual potency. Okay.
I understand Chit Pot. And the opposite of Chit potency is Achit Vaibhava. That's it. So Chit Vaibhava means spiritual manifestation. You got it?
Okay.
Very good. Oh, fantastic. No, because you're my benchmark. I believe if you understand, all the other Indian body devotees should understand. But I don't want to take chances. If you don't understand, please stop me and ask question, because this is very, very, very important. Since we are sitting here talking about it, let's do the best discussion in Harinama Chintamani. I tell you, when you talk about it, you just finish it, you start to have some kind of ecstatic feeling in your heart. All right? Please don't say, I don't ask question. Don't. All right?
But sometimes people is very shy to say that I don't know.
Yeah. Don't worry, because you all of you close your camera, so nobody can see you. You know. So sometimes they say, I don't like to. I got a stage fright. I cannot go to the stage and sing. Never mind, you sing behind the curtain lah. Okay, that one okay. So just like that lah. You all staying behind the camera. Ask yes, Vaishnava Prabhu. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. You may ask a question.
Now, Prabhu, you say Sachit Ananda. So Chit stands for knowledge, no?
That is different, Prabhu. This is Chit potency. We are talking about Chit, Achit, Vaibhava. Right?
This has been a bit of a problem for me for a long time, Prabhu.
Okay. No, because see, in Sanskrit, one word got 7 meanings, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So you say Sachit Ananda. Chit means what do you say with the word? What? Knowledge. What did you say? Sat means eternal.
Eternal, knowledge and bliss.
Bliss. All right. Chit means bliss. Knowledge. So that means that's what knowledge is that. That means it's a spiritual knowledge. That means you understand spiritual existence.
Yeah.
See, when you go back to your original form, so yesterday we discussed about gross body, subtle body, and the soul.
Yeah.
So inside the gross body, there's a subtle body, and the soul is infused into the thing.
Material body.
So then once we give up the gross and subtle, we go back to the original form.
Yeah.
We understand our existence.
Yeah.
So that is a Chit existence. That means we are going into the spiritual understanding.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Now, let's do again. Continue. So now, Lord of the Dead, okay, then is not affected. He remain unaffected. It's not affected. Then he come here, he doesn't become a normal human being. He still remain as this thing. Just sometimes as the Lord of the demigods or the Lord of Maya. So he doesn't have all that. So now, Vishnu forms are the lords of Maya. So Vishnu forms are the lords of Maya, and they are in pure goodness. All right. So Vishnu forms, the forms of Vishnu, all kinds of form of Vishnu, like Venkatachalapati, Narasingha, Ramachandra, all the forms, okay, are the lords of Maya. That means the one that controls Maya or illusion, right? And they are usually in the mode of pure goodness. But Brahma, Shiva, etc., Brahma, Shiva, Kartikeya, all the demigods, they are, what is the difference is, they possess goodness, yes, because they also great devotee, ecstatic, but it is mixed with other modes. You got it? It is mixed. Example, like Lord Shiva, okay, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, both they have possessed this goodness, right? But this thing is mixed. So that means like Lord Shiva, even is Lord Shiva, but he's in the mode of ignorance. He's in charge of the department of ignorance. Lord Brahma, all right? Lord Brahma is the one in charge of creation, but he is the department head for the mode of passion. So that means they are not in the pure goodness. Okay, this is very straightforward. I hope you all understand. All right, now, okay, any question on this? Okay, no question. Okay, now we go to the next topic called Achit Vaibhava. Achit Vaibhava.
Sorry. Vishnu form are the laws of Maya. Wow.
Yes, it's a lot of.
Wow.
Okay, there's two types of Maya, Mataji. One is Yoga Maya, second is Maha Maya. Okay, so the Yoga Maya is the original Maya that under the influence of Krishna. So even, I mean, these Mayas are considered like a secretary. Okay, in spiritual world, Yoga Maya is the one that that whatever Krishna wants, Yoga Maya will do it. Okay, now you sit, now you do this. Even like that's why what they call Mother Yasoda and the gopis and all this, they cannot understand Krishna as the supreme personality. They don't understand because cowed by Yoga Maya. Because Krishna like it that way. You know, sometimes we also watch some movie, right? A millionaire suddenly act like a poor man to marry a poor girl, you know, and says, oh, I have no money, I have no, the girl, someone other, they fall in love, they love each other. And suddenly when she finds out the husband is a millionaire, she gets very upset. But before the thing would happen, his secretary will come and say, hey, no, he's not a millionaire, you beggar, you know, something like that. So that's Yoga Maya. But the same Yoga Maya expansion, the shadow of the Yoga Maya is Mahamaya in this Kali Yuga. That make us forget our original existence. There in spiritual world, Yoga Maya's job is to make sure that all the pure devotees don't address Krishna as the supreme personality. They all address Krishna as their lover, boyfriend, you know, they like to have fun with him. But in Kali Yuga, in this material world, the same expansion, Mahamaya, will scour the thing and don't even make you to remember Krishna. Right? So that's right. So that's why Vishnu forms are the Lord of Maya. Okay? And they are in pure goodness. Okay, now let's look at Achit Vaibhava. Achit Vaibhava is the thing. So now, let's look at this. Okay, across the Viraja river, do you all remember Viraja river? Anyone remembers Viraja river?
And the Viraja river is between hell and that's the thing, right?
Okay, between huh? Vaishnava Prabhu, what do you say?
There's a two type of river. One is at the hell, another heaven nearby.
So the one that separates the hell is what?
Vaikuntha and the spiritual sky.
Yes, Viraja is the one that borders the material world and the spiritual sky. What is his name? Vivan. But the one that separates the hell and the planet, this thing is called Vaitarani river. You understand, Vivan?
Yes. Now I understand. I couldn't recall this name.
Just think about Vaitala. I remember Vaitala river. Because the river is so abominable, right? So dirty, so nasty. When the person goes to hell, they have to fall into the river and drink the water. Right? We are not
Vivan Prabhu, you better make if not a big problem. It's just the opposite.
Prabhu already make it clear, Prabhu. Vaitala river already. Now very clear already, Prabhu.
No, suddenly after Vishnu Duttas will take him back home, back to Godhead, and he says, take me straight to Vaitarani river. What? I want to go there, Vaitarani, for what? No, I want to go there and take a bath so that I can get a spiritual body. Then he say, okay. Then he called up Yamadutta. Hey, I think I've taken a wrong person. You take over. Okay. Yeah. What Vaishnava Prabhu says, be careful what you're asking. Vaitarani is the one that separates hell and earth. The materialistic hell. The soul will go there. They're forced to drink that, all that mucus, blood, stool, all kind of abominable things, and they put them, throw them, and they drag them into hell. Terrible. And also there's a says that 100 yojanas means 800 miles away. 800 miles away, you can smell that Vaitarani river. So terrible, even you can't take it. You start puking and you are taken and thrown. I mean, not you. The sinners will throw them. We are not interested. We are talking about Viraja river. So Viraja river is the river that borders the Vaikunta planet and the spiritual planet. I mean, this material world. Okay. So now, so across the Viraja river, which is separating boundary. That means it's a border opposite from Vishnu forms, spiritual bodies, spiritual pastime, and other spiritual manifestation, lies the non-spiritual realm, composed of the universe of the 14 planetary system. You all understand this? So that means across the Viraja river, that means when you come down from Goloka, Vrindavan, you come to the Vaikunta Loka and everything, there's a huge river called Viraja river. After you cross the Viraja river, and what is that before the Viraja river? You see spiritual abode. You see Vishnu forms. You see spiritual abode. You see all the pastime, spiritual pastime, and all other beautiful spiritual manifestation, even like Brahma Jyoti. All that we can see. Okay. And across that river, there's another place called the non-spiritual. The place is not spiritual, which is material. Okay. And that place composed of the universes, many varieties of universes of 14 planetary system. You know the 14 planetary system? Satyaloka. I mean, what they call? What is below Satyaloka? Tala, Vatsala, no, like that. It's 14 planetary system from Satyaloka up to the hellish region. 14 planet. In between is Earth. Okay. There is a place called this thing. Okay. Just to remind another thing about Viraja river, since we are talking about it. After we leave this body, we are going back home, back to Vaikunta Loka. We pass through all these 14 planetary system. We pass through all these things. We go and take bath in Viraja river. Once we go into the Viraja river, we come out, we come in our original spiritual form. That's the place you will discard your subtle body. Your subtle body, along with Paramatma, will be discarded, will be gone there. Now you go into your original form. Okay, anyway. So now, the realm under the control of the Lord, that means this area that under the controls of the Lord, or Lord's what? Illusory energy. All right, this place is controlled by Krishna's illusory energy, illusion. And that place is called Devi Dham. Or there's another name also called Durga Dham. Devi Dham. Okay, that means it's controlled by what? Krishna's illusory energy. And what is that? Maya. And that area is called Devi Dham. And this is a place called Abode of Maya. The place where Maya in charge, or the superintendent, or the jail warden in charge. So now, what is this material? It is composed, that means it's made of 5 material elements. Mahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether. It's made of these 5 elements. And not only that, plus mind, intelligence, and false ego. So now, what actually Haridas Thakur is referring here? What actually is trying to say? You know, he say that the place across the river, there's another place called non-spiritual that is made of 14 planets, and the one in charge is called Devi, Maya Devi, or Lord's illusion, which is called Maya Devi, right? She's in charge of that place. And that place composed of what? 5 material elements: earth, water, fire, and ether, plus mind, intelligence, false ego. Now the question is, are they referring to a person or to the universe? Right? Do you all understand? You all understand my question? Who are they referring to? Is it they are referring to the place or referring to a person? Because as a person, I've got these 5 material elements and I got the 3 subtle elements. But here they are talking about a place. So do the place have mind, intelligence, ego? All right. Do you all understand what I'm asking? Come on, please, quick. We are running off time.
No, it's going to very deep talk.
What is it?
This is we don't have pictures in our mind yet. Very hard to understand.
Okay, now let's look at this. Okay. I've taken one useless commitment. What to do for spiritual sake? Because devotee sponsored a Kowe water filter and they're going to fix in my Namahat center. I should have asked him to come some other day, but the guy is so insistent for me to come today, the technician. So I had to rush there, 11:50. Anyway, this is so pleasurable. Right now, there are 5 elements, right? Gross and 3 elements subtle, right? So 3 elements subtle. So that means this is the entire material world is created that way. Okay, example, the first element. Okay, so that means total of 5 elements. Okay, I just wrote like this. The first element. See, this is, I'm drawing a circle with empty, but actually the element looks like this. Right? It's full in potency. Okay, this is number 1. Right? And below, inside this element, there's another thing called, right? This is the second element. And inside the second element, there's another thing, mind, intelligence. Okay, that's a third element. That means mind, intelligence, ego. Now, then after that, there's a air. Okay, I'll draw air in this color. Air, water, ether, and water, ether, air, water, ether, and what else? Air, water, ether, earth. What is the 5 element? Forgotten already. Air, water, ether, fire. Okay, fire. Right? The element of fire. Right? Element of fire. Then at last, earth. Is the earth element. So like that, in this material universe is created in this way. Right? And inside this material element, there's a tiny place. All right, got this one of the bubble, 14 elementary, and this is the place that earth is here, and you're staying inside there. And imagine now you're trying to penetrate from here, try to go out. The first layer you break away earth, then fire, then ether, water, like that you break. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements are there. The entire universe is created by 8 elements. You got it? This is the entire universe is made of these 8 elements. You got it? All right. But now, the same element is also given to you. The same element is also given to you.
Is this the egg now? Remember? Anda.
Yes. Yes. All right. You are here. All right. You are here. Okay. You. It's you. Right. This is you. And you are also made from this entire element. You are also made from this entire combination of this entire element is also you. Right? So you are made in that element and you are living in that element. You got it? What are the 5 elements? Water, ether, fire, and air, water, fire, ether. Air, water, fire, ether, earth. 5 material elements. We have a subtle element called mind, intelligence, ego. Total 8. The entire universe is created. In that same creation, you also, the same thing is also given to you. But here is separated. You are given the gross of 5, subtle of 3. So now what we understand from here, according to this, okay, this is quite out of topic now, but I need to tell you since we are talking about this. You can penetrate all these things. This one you come out, you penetrate, you break. From this element to next element, it is roughly around 10 times bigger. All right? One element to next element is 10 times bigger. Are you following me on this? See, now you're coming from here. From here, you go to the next element, 10 times bigger. Then after you break, you go to the third element, is 10 times bigger than the second element. Like that, you break, and this is this thing. You break through all these elements. But the element that is the thickest and the most hardest is the final element. And this element is called as false ego. And the one who is in charge of this place is Kala Bhairava. So once you break up from here, you go, you can break here. Okay, now you break the second element, you break the third element. You go to the next element. This is the place where you see the longest and the widest. It takes so long to go there. And you go through all kind of things, false ego, ahankar. But usually the devotee go here, they don't make it, they fall down back to this material world. They go until here, pam, they come back into this place. It's not easy to break the final element. All right. After this final element, what you can see, okay, there's a place called, right, and this area is called Kailash is here. This is the brighter Kailash and this is the darker Kailash. Darker Kailash is the place where Lord Kala Bhairava stays. After you break away from this place, then you come to the place called the Viraja River. There's a river here. All right, there's a border. The border. And this place is all spiritual place. You got it? So now, how am I going to break away? How? Is it possible? This is what is going to mention. You understand that? Everyone understand this? So even not only the material world, even the spiritual world, the material world is made of these 8 elements. All right. So now we understand the above is composed of 5 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, plus mind, intelligence, and false ego. Right? That is also which forms. Right. So this is the thing which forms. Okay. This is the thing which forms. This forms. Which forms what? Forms the gross and subtle bodies. Okay, like just now I said, this is the thing that forms the gross and subtle body of the living entity. Right? Then after that, got another thing, the 7 upper and 7 lower planetary system. Okay, the 7 planet. That means when you see the Earth, can you all recall that 7 upper, 7 lower?
This one, yes, I do.
Okay, since you understand, that's good enough, all right? So now we got a 7 upper and 7 lower planets. So even there's a 7 upper planet and 7 lower planet. these are still within the Achit Vaibhava. That means still a non-spiritual manifestation. It is still non-spiritual manifestation of one of the Lord's energy. Okay. So now what we have understood here, first we understood number one, we understood about Chit Vaibhava. The Chit Vaibhava means the spiritual manifestation from the spiritual place. All right. Just example, the sun that produces the sun rays. The sun is spiritual, the rays is also spiritual. That means they come from the source of the spiritual, we call Chit Vaibhava. And second, and that's a place where you can see Krishna's abode, you can see all Krishna's pastime, Krishna's name, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's dancing, this thing. Even that Chit Vaibhava existed in this material world. This material world is called as Achit Vaibhava. Even that existed here, still is pastime, still under the category of Chit Vaibhava, which is spiritual. Secondly, we have understood about Achit Vaibhava. Achit Vaibhava means what? Achit Vaibhava means, all right, Achit Vaibhava means the Vaibhava that is completely material. Completely material. And where do you find them? You find them after Viraja River. After Viraja River, you go to the Viraja, after you see the Viraja River, after you pass through the Viraja River, you come to the place, this place called Devi Dham. And the one who are in charge of this entire Devi Dham is what they call Maya Devi. Maya Devi is what you call Krishna's material secretary. She is in charge. And what is that? There in this dark place, in this material, the Devi Dham is a dungeon where everything is made of 8 elements: air, water, ether, fire, and earth. Then mind, intelligence, ego. These 8 combination ingredient create the entire bubble. Entire universe, material creation is made from that. Right? Then there's another ignorant, there's another thing called the material conditioned person. So every living entities are given the material form from these 8 elements. So for a human being, for every living entity in this world, there's the 8 elements are divided into 2. The 5 we given as the gross, the 3 is given as subtle. So the subtle form will go around and taking all the other 5 gross form. Any kind of gross form is going around taking. Right? So this is the thing. And not only that, there is a thing in this bubble, there's a 14 planetary system, 7 on top, 7 at the bottom. Earth is in between. So the 7, starting from Satyaloka up to hellish planet. And in between, there's a Swargaloka, heaven. So even heaven and all these places are non-spiritual place. All right, and these places are called as Achit Vaibhava. Still, the heaven and all these are non-spiritual manifestation. And all these are one of the Lord's energy. It's only part of that Lord's energy. All right, so we understood this. So we're going to continue. Jaiva Vaibhava. Jaiva Vaibhava. Jiva Vaibhava. What is the constitutional nature of a living entity? Jiva Vaibhava. And talking about that, there's another great book written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jaiva Dharma. That is another fantastic book. See, we are just keep thinking, our desires keep increasing to read more and more books. So anyway, I just remember. So next week, Monday, we're going to start discussing about this, what they call. We're going to discuss on this thing called Jaiva Vaibhava. Right, Jaiva Vaibhava, whereas that is called, whereas that means Jaiva Vaibhava means what? Okay, that is the marginal energy, spiritual, material, and in between Chit Vaibhava, Achit Vaibhava, and in between we are known as Jaiva Vaibhava. That's that we're going to discuss on next week. Please underline Achit Vaibhava, Jaiva Vaibhava. Actually, this book, if you sit and read, you can read within 1 hour, 2 hours. But of course, that's not our goal. Our goal is to read it very detailed. Have you all marked the book? So we're going to discuss on Jaiva Vaibhava on Monday. And I would like to ask, Monday is actually a public holiday. Okay, public holiday. And will it be possible that we meet a bit early? Okay, we meet early. Say like since it's a public holiday, we can meet around maybe at 8 o'clock, right? And we can go on talking until 11. So at least we can spend 3 hours, right? On Monday and Tuesday also. Tuesday is also still a public holiday. So if it's possible for everyone, so if I can get a majority to agree to this, then we can do it on Monday starting at 8 o'clock. So here, how many of you can do it? Monday, 8 o'clock. You can put a thumbs up.
Yes, I can do it. Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, Rusan Mataji, Nanda Mataji 2. Then
Can Prabhu.
3, 4, Chalna Mataji says 4, okay. So far only 4.
Can.
For
Yes.
Sadguna Mataji 4, 5. Okay. Skanda Balan Prabhu says 6, okay. How many people we have here? 13. All right. Even can. And I think Kesavan also say can. All right. Okay. So if it since it's possible, on Monday we try to, but of course, don't worry, every 1 hour we take a break. We don't go one shot. Of course, it's going to be very taxing. So Monday we meet around 8:15. We go on talking, we try to do chapter. We are just at page 6. In this tiny book, page 6, 2 hours gone. All right. So anyway, I need to rush now. I'm so sorry because I've committed to this one devotee or donated a Kowe, and that Kowe guy I was telling not now. He said, sekarang saya mau mari pasang. So now I have to rush to Namahat so that he can fix our Kowe system. Of course, our Ipo Namahat is coming somewhere that is building up by the grace of Krishna, and of course by grace of all of you. Right. Anyway, thank you so much. Vancha kalpaturubhescha kripa sindhu bevacha paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavi bayo namo namah. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, and also please share your first day of
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
the first day of Harinam Chintamani. Just
Krishna bless you.
explain how it feels, put it in a group so that others will be inspired or at least to watch the video. Hare Krishna, have a beautiful day. Gauranga, beautiful weekend. Saturday, Sunday is a weekend. Such a beautiful weekend. We meet again on Monday. Hare Krishna.